Okay. Recording now. Um, Hello. This video might be a very long one. I haven't figured it out yet. Um, this video is gonna be about someone named PNW Panda. I will put um her thing up here. Trigger warning. Mentions of attempted suicide. Um, if any of that triggers you, I would probably leave the video now. Um, to start off, I want to talk about um what she has done. So here's what, because I used to be best friends with Panda. She was a good friend. Um, but it kind of just changed when I did my own thing, trying to like move away from her. Um, so Panda and I were really good friends. She was considered my best friend, actually, wherever one of us were, the other was there too. And unfortunately, that wasn't good for any of our mental health. One of the first issues I have had with Panda was an extremely petty one, and was in fact just drama. I became with I became friends with Panda again in September of 2025 when she was dating a blacklisted user named Victor Vex, who turned out to dox her, is now but that is now being reopened. It got closed again. So I'm just reading my old statement from a couple months ago. I have been in contact with Victor, and apparently she abused him in a way. That part was cleared up. We had to rewatch um, a different video that was brought to us. Um, in a way, both of them abused each other. So that's a whole different thing that I'm not going to get into right now. Um, after our argument about her telling people to trigger warning, so telling people to off themselves, I also forgot about that. I apologize. Um, people to kill themselves. She has blocked me and used my IRL name, which she had no permission to use. Absolutely no permission. This was this is the most recent of all. My ex situationship had someone in their bio who supposedly abused them. There is no clear evidence, just word of mouth. I had recently seen Panda's bio and it said my ex situation's name. I got upset and in the moment I had put the supposed person in my bio as my inspo to get ex situationship's attention to wonder why the hell she is friends with someone who has hurt me so much. This is where these screenshots come into play. In a different server, ES went to let me know that I had hurt them, but Hannah got involved thinking it was her issue. That is when we went back and forth calling each other out and I told her not to contact me again. She had told me that my sister deserved a better sister. Now, I get if we are going back and forth, shit is gonna be said, but speaking of my sister is the worst thing she could have done. It put me in a spiral that I had attempted to end my life. I had screenshots of my mother going to Astral, the ex situationship, and Pando, which will be added below. All I wanted to do was apologize to her. To keep the damn peace, because I knew that how Panda is, and I know how she will be when she sees this. But this has gotten to the point where I am done. She had finally won, and even now I'm still standing. I'm still happy and I still got friends who care. She can't control me or my life anymore. End of statement. Um, so when this whole thing was going on, Panda had said my sister deserved a better sister. My little sister is like the world to me, so like shit like that kind of can put me in a spiral. Um, I had attempted to end my life. Um, I had told a friend of mine who is an owner of like an info community, right? He brought it to everyone's attention, um, and specifically said to everyone, "Do not harass this person. Do not come after this person." And I'm in the mental hospital. I don't know what's going on, right? Um, I call my friend here and there, or I call my other friend, and that those two people had told me that Panda's saying that I'm lying, that I'm not really in the mental hospital, or that I put myself there on purpose. I have the hospital bills to prove that I was in the hospital. I was I was in a motel at the point and I was alone. You don't like there's no way to be like, "Oh, well, you did do that on purpose." No, I didn't. I called my brother and told him what was happening and what I did. He he had to tell me at least 15 times to call the cops. Now, in that moment, I wanted to talk to to the only person that I thought would care because I've known him for he's VRJ brother, but we won't get into that. Blah blah blah. Right? I've known him for 3 years, so like going to him because I was close to him. He kind of went through the same thing as I did, and he had to push into me to call the cops. I wasn't in the beginning. I wasn't really going to call anyone. I was going to um just sit there and let it happen. But I called my brother because I was freaking out and told him what happened. Um After like a month or two of this happening, a friend of mine gets me and Panda in a call and we talk. Panda said that it was a huge misunderstanding, but my suicide attempt wasn't a big misunderstanding. How can like how can you keep going and going and going and going if you just give up? Like why call it a misunderstanding? Why call someone's suicide attempt or suicide a misunderstanding? It's it doesn't make sense. Um During this talk with Panda, I was with my friend Haunted, and my other friend. And Haunted is someone I know IRL, so like he was there with me when this all was happening, and all of them can say that it was only Panda who said it was a misunderstanding. Um my friend had like done a lot for me and I didn't want him to feel like he did this all for nothing. But recently he told me that he would have been fine if I would have just said that it wasn't a misunderstanding and moved on and never talked to her again. Um, Recently there has been more things. Um, she has been saying that my friend is manipulating me into thinking that it was not a misunderstanding. No, I specifically know it was not a misunderstanding. It affected my life. It caused me more issues, and I had to deal with it. Not Panda, me. Recently, my partner met Panda, and Panda didn't really have like the greatest first impression. Um Panda seemed very like hostile um when we specifically told her that we can't do anything right now. It give us space, give us time. But she kept going. Now, if you guys want like information on that stuff, um I'll put in the description where everything is. I'll put in the Discord where Panda's blacklist is. Um if you guys have any questions, I'll put my Discord in there. Um and I know Panda's going to see this. I I I know she's going to see this, and she's going to use um some screenshots that do not make sense at all. There was one thing I had said, and it was, I want a dog's Vox. And this was when I was dealing with a case on someone who um I had met in the past, who had emotionally, verbally, and physically, not physically, what's it called? Not physically, emotionally, verbally, and I know there's mentally, thank you. Jesus Christ. I cannot do anything. But that was a case I had to deal with, and it was a person from my past who hurt me extremely. And yeah, what I said was not okay. But I cannot dox. I cannot find people. Because I know she's gonna use that screenshot a lot because I saw it in my blacklist. That she has on me. There are some other things that she's gonna use, which is like me defending the Victor Vex person. Both of them did some fuck shit to each other. And I can't be like, oh, well, you did this and that, because there are certain things where like word of mouth, right? There are things like that. We don't have proof that she abused Victor. We don't have proof that Victor abused her, except for the fact that he doxed her. That is the only thing. Now, Victor is a whole different story, which I might get into in a different day. Um, but if needed, it'll be in the description or whatever. Um, there are issues. Damn it! I sneezed. With um, a lot of the screenshots that Panda's probably going to be using. So if you guys have questions or have answers that could help us out a lot, that'd be great. Um, I think that is about it. So um if you know who I'm talking about, uh cool. Um if you don't, it's all right. You don't got to know. Um I'm just in a way tired of her getting away with things and thinking that she is forgiven when she is not. That is all. I hope you guys have a great day. Yer.